Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd try something a little bit different. Um, I'm basically doing a live, so this is being filmed live, um, but I've sort of marked it as private, so you can't watch it live, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just thought I'd try it out, see how it goes, so you can watch it back after, just like any normal video, and it will sort of get me into the habit of doing lives because that's what I ideally want to start doing some lives. Be good to sort of catch up with you people properly and be able to sort of chat and interact with you. So yeah, I thought I'd do this as like a starting point and see how it goes. So as you can probably see by the thumbnail, I'm going to just go through some five sort of simple, the sort of more beginners, I suppose, that people that aren't really aware of how to improve sales, things that may affect it. Um, so yeah, thought I'd go through those as this sort of video, and try it, see how it goes. So please let me know in the comments below what you think of it. If you were interested in seeing me actually live, technically this is, but you're not. You know, so yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if the sound quality is all right because we're in a headset, which it's okay. It's a wide one, so I don't really like it as much, but it'll be all right. Okay, right. So I should crack on. So five things to help improve sales. Last one, number five, is a bit. It sort of splits people, and I'm never sure how I think of it, but um, yeah, we'll get onto that. So, number one um, is your pictures. So make sure that you have good quality pictures. Um, I've you see so many. I'm sure you do as you're looking through eBay pictures. You're just like, what actually is that? Or it's just like a blurred image or something. So make sure you've got some good lighting set up. I just use a ring light. I'll try and I'm not sure if I can, but I'll try and drop a link to just a simple ring light I use. I think it was maybe 20 quid off Amazon. Um, and it's I just have that set up just in front of it and just use that. That's the only light I use. Obviously, you can use more lights. Sometimes I think I might need some more, which I might do at some point. But for now, for most of my stuff that I do is obviously books. I just have the one light and have it just there, and it's easy. Um, so yeah, good lighting and a good setup. Generally, I think it looks better if you've got the same sort of kind of pictures for all your stock. So I've got a wooden desk. It's just over there, so you can't see it. It's off camera. But it's like a wooden desk, and then I have my white wall behind it, so it's wood onto the white. Um, I think that personally looks good. Sometimes I flat lay the books down. Sometimes I stand the books up. So they've got the white behind them. Um, just sort of keep them. It's all of the same sort of colours and stuff in the background. And same with if I'm doing book bundles, I try to sort of stack them all up with the spines facing out, and then one facing upwards and facing out, so you can see the front of the front of the book, and then the rest of the spines, so people can see what it is. Um, and yeah, I just use my camera on my phone. On my phone. Um, Obviously, if you've got a point and click camera, use one of those. Just try and make sure it's got a memory card, so you can just take that out and put it into your computer or however you do it. So I just do it on my phone and then I upload it just straight from my phone to eBay, which is I find easiest, but whatever works best for you. Um, most camera phones are pretty good these days, so you can, I think you struggle to take a bad picture if you've got the setup right with it. Yeah, go from there, and then I usually adjust the settings as well. I did a previous video where I sort of showed you what settings I use, but I make sure it's like a square image, and then I change one of the filters just so it looks a bit more vivid. I think it is, or I can't remember which one it is now. But yeah, just to make it stand out that bit more. Some people have a white base and a white background, so it's all white. Um, that works as well. I think that's supposed to be working better for Google. So apparently it pops up on Google a lot better doing that. But I don't personally. But as long as it's a clear image, good pictures, So all around, use as many pictures as you can. Um, some things won't need that many pictures, so you could double up the pictures and just um, use the same pictures. But yeah, try to get as many pictures as you can, and it should definitely help with your sales, because I think people just obviously know what they're getting. There's sometimes go to buy something and it just shows a couple of pictures and you're like, I want to see the inside, or I want to see like the back, and then you get people asking you for more pictures. It's a bit pointless. So just get the pictures right, and it should help. Okay, right. Number two is better titles. um, Again, fairly basic, but just make sure, because you see some titles and it's literally just a couple of words, um, and it's just not very helpful. It's not going to help people find it in the first place. It's not going to help you come up on the rankings. So the more words you have, I think that there's just like descriptive words and keywords. That's kind of the thing. So whatever, if I'm obviously selling books, I tend to write the title of the book, the author, if it's a paperback or hardback, or if it's a bundle, if it's a mixture of paperback and hardback, I try to fit both in the title. Um, Obviously, if it's a bundle, which a lot of mine are, I put the word bundle in there. Sometimes I put in a job lot as well, if I can fit that in. Try to get as many words in there as possible to describe it. You see a lot of people that put very good condition or great condition in the title. I just don't think, personally, I don't think that's helpful, because it doesn't really, people aren't going to be looking for great condition in the title, as part of the search engine. They will just be looking for a paperback book. So for instance, a Stephen King paperback book, people might be looking for that. They might be looking for any Stephen King paperback book, but if obviously they're looking for Stephen King The Stand in paperback, then make sure you've got all those keywords in the title. A lot of times, say it's just like, it might just say The Stand or something like that, and just like, but that could be anything. People could just yeah, it annoys me, but at the same time, it kind of helps, because if they haven't got that and I've got it in my title, I can probably charge more than they're charging, because mine's going to come up higher in the rankings. So yes, make sure you've got it, and try to use all of the letters. I think it's 80 letters you can use. Um, I heard someone say before, I think it might have been Mel back from Burnout, that she spoke to someone and they suggested 65 letters is the sort of the minimum you should try and use. So I do try and do that, try and get up to six. Sometimes it is difficult, because sometimes it's a short book, by a short title, um, and it's just difficult to try and stretch it out that much without it just being a bit pointless. But there's just sort of ways you can describe it without going into, I don't know. It's just trial and error, a lot of it, and just seeing what you can do. But yes, definitely helps. Put it in the title, and then I tend to copy the title I've used, use it in my description as well, so it's in there twice. And then I sometimes add extra wording in the actual description as well. So if it's like a mixed bundle and I couldn't fit all the words in, I'd just try and put them in the description underneath to try and describe what's in the bundle, or whatever, and to see how it plays out, and just try and make obviously a sentence out of the word. I wouldn't just throw the words in. You can do, I suppose, but I think it just looks better if you can make a proper sentence out of everything, and it just reads better, and hopefully people will find it as well. Okay, all right. Number three. Uh, three is sourcing better items to sell. I'm guilty, as I'm sure a lot of people are. I don't always source the best items, especially if you're getting a free bundle of stuff, for instance. You could just list everything on there, and then just a lot of it won't sell. Um, so try to look for the sell through rate on the items. So Best way to do that is check for the if you look for sold listings, how many have sold in the last 3 months. So then it will give you obviously an idea of how many have sold, and then have a look to see how many are currently listed. So it could be that there's some things I see sometimes, and it's sold for good money, and I go, oh, that's really good, really pleased with that. And then I buy it, and then look at the currently listed items, and there's like 50 items, but only one is sold. So it's just like must be a weird one-off that someone's just gone, oh yeah, I'll buy that, and just gone and clicked it. It's obviously it's possible that you could be the next person that sells something for that good money, but yeah, it's unlikely. Really pays to check out the sell through rate on your items. Obviously, if you can get things that sell quicker, then you can keep buying more and just sell through it. And have days. Number four. So I've put promoted listings. Again, this is a sort of bone of contention for a lot of people because obviously eBay used to let you have an ad rate of 1%. These days, the minimum is 2%. I think a lot still just stick at that 2% for everything. I personally tried everything at 1%. It sort of improved sales a bit, and then about a year ago, just over a year ago, maybe, I bumped everything up to 5%, sort of minimum 5%. No, sorry, a maximum of 5%. Or if like vinyl, for instance, I used to sell a lot of vinyl, and the sort of the suggested rate was 3.9, I think, at the time, something like that. So I would list it at have it at 3.9%. There seems to be all the percentages for promoted listings have really shot up. I don't know what eBay are doing. I don't know if they're just it's part of their tactic to sort of try and get more money out of people. But yeah, that like books, for instance, I do list everything at 5%, and the suggested rate was always, I think it was about 5.9 or something, um, for books. So I don't know if it's different per person or what, but that was what mine used to be, 5.9%. Um, but then in the last few months, it's gone up to 10.5%. It's just sort of shot up overnight. I still only list at 5%. I find it helps. A lot of my items do sell on promoted listings. I'm too scared to take them off now, really. Um, I may drop them back down to 2%, but at the same time, I don't mind paying that 5%. Most of my items I get well, quite a lot of my items are free, so I don't really mind paying the extra 5% to make sure it sells. And obviously, some items do sell for a higher rate anyway because it's promoted at its top of the listings. Well, it's nearer the top of the listings. People might find it easier and just buy it. So yeah, definitely one thing to try if you're looking to boost listings. Also, I've got about um, adding offers onto your things. So multi-buy, for instance, you can add. So if people buy more than one, then they get a discount. And also vouchers as well. You can send out vouchers to people that are watching, um, or to people that watch your store. And there's loads of different ways. I dabbled with the voucher once. I sent it out to people that had bought things off me recently. I think it was when I was doing a lot more vinyl, so I just sent it all out to people that had bought a lot of vinyl and left positive feedback, to say they was happy with it. I sent out a voucher to them, say here's 10% off. Please have it. I don't think anyone actually took it up, but it's something I will try again in future, especially the more books I get. You'd hopefully want to try and get more people that are looking to buy your books rather than sort of go elsewhere. So if you're niching down to a certain subject, I think it's probably best to try and keep that audience and see if you can get more sales. So yes, all things to try, which apparently well, in theory will help boost your sales. So number five, as I say, it's one of those things some people agree with, some people don't. I'm still not sure. I don't think it makes too much difference. But that is free postage. So a lot of people um, offer free postage. Obviously, instead of you don't actually not pay for the postage. You just can incorporate the postage price into the full price. So instead of listing something for, you know, £10 plus £3 postage, you list it for £13 or whatever. Um, but yeah, there's a few things I personally used to do that for a lot of my items. I still do it for most of my vinyl. For books, I don't really do it. It might be something I try and incorporate in future, but I find with books, a lot of people, if they're doing book bundles, they offer postage. So I just think I may as well do it as well. Um, I think it looks better because people can see that it's a big wad of books, and then they got to pay the postage. I don't know. In my head, it just sort of makes more sense. Um, rather than paying a bigger whack and getting free postage. Don't know. Um, but yes, that's it. It's a sort of bit of a bone of contention, because I think a lot of people, I don't know, some people do it, some people don't. The one thing which is always, it kind of puts me off doing it, is when you send out offers. So if you send out offers, the minimum you can send is 5%. Um, but that 5%, if you don't add postage on and you just have that amount, that 5% is off of everything. Um, so it's just, so if you have something listed for £13 free postage, it would be 5% of the £13. But if you had it listed for £10 plus £3 postage, then that 5% is only on the £10. So it's obviously a lesser amount. So then if someone takes your offer, then you're not losing out as much. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I just think it's all a bit crazy. I don't really see why they do that, but then it'd be difficult to work out, I suppose. But yeah, let me know what you do, and I think it is sort of split. I think between the whole reseller community. Some people do free postage, some people don't. I do some and some. Um, so for instance, if I was sending a DVD, postage on that is generally about, 150, £2, depending on, might even be a pound depending on the weight of it. Um, but I would probably just do free postage because it's so small and so quick, and I just incorporate into the price. But for books and clothing, for instance, I add postage on. There's no real rhyme or reason. In my head, it kind of makes sense when I'm doing it, but yeah, I don't know why. It's just how I do it. So yeah, let me know what you do, if you add postage on, if you do free postage, because it's always interesting to see different sides of things. um, a lot of people sort of say it's, I've got to pay for postage, so why would I offer it free? That, obviously you don't offer it free, so I kind of think that's a bit of a moot point. But you're incorporating it into the price. But yeah, it's always a bit of a strange one. Um, but yeah, there we go. I will leave it there. Well, just to sort of clarify, that in theory can help boost sales. eBay say if you offer free postage, it I think it helps boost you up the rankings. So when someone searches for your item, it will come closer to the top if you offer free postage. Um, I say I've not noticed any real difference in a lot of mine, so I'm going to carry on doing it for now and see how it goes. But yeah, there we go. I'll leave it there. So we're almost at 20 minutes. So this is my first live in theory. So please let me know what you think. If you do want to see me live, please do let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to try and do it at some point. And it would be a bit weird because I'll be actually clicking around, chatting to people and stuff. So yeah, be good. I look forward to it and trying it at some point. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.